Alright, let's get into something. This video is probably gonna piss people off, probably gonna make people mad, it maybe hurt your feelings, but personally, I don't care. I'm just gonna call it as I see it right now. It's the way this channel is, so, if you don't like it, you can hit the X and leave. Anyways, within the past, weeks, with these hearings, more and more and more information has been coming out. We're slowly finding stuff out. It's taking a while, but we're slowly finding stuff out. So one thing that really struck me, okay, well, there was many things that struck me, but there's something this video is going to be on right now. Alan Shaw was asked numerous times who was in incident command and who gave the go-ahead to push the button. Somebody had to say, push it, blow it up, go, bang, somebody had to make that decision. And he refused to answer that question, even though it was asked numerous times. He's supposed to, give get them the information and give it to them or something, he said. I don't know. He's just like a broken book, a broken record. Just same thing, repeat. So the only two people he would throw out there during that whole thing was the fire chief and Governor DeWine. Now I know there's a short clip out there that, which I don't understand why this question is so freaking hard to answer, DeWine. You were asked if this was in a crowded metropolitan area, would you have done the same thing? And you can't answer that question. It's a simple yes or no. And you refuse to answer it. So if that was, if I was in that situation and somebody was putting basically 50% of the blame on me for blowing up, I'm gonna call it as I see it, blowing up a town, I would be out there, putting a statement out, getting on TV, whatever, saying, no, this is how it went, so and so, gave the go-ahead. We don't see that. Now, if we listen to one of the EPA's press briefing, according to her, the decision was made by experts and the mayor and the fire chief. That's what she said. So it makes me think, if somebody's blaming you, for basically pulling the trigger on this, and there is no, nothing to refute that, what he said is, what happened, because there's supposedly no audio, no paper trail, no nothing of who decided, how they just came to this decision, and, supposedly nothing exists. And we know if they brought their experts in, we know what kind of experts they hired, the same kind that come clean your house, we're going to spray Lysol around, and then your house is all pretty because it smells good, and you don't have to worry about anything anymore. We know what kind of companies they hire. So, we know Shaw's been throwing money around everywhere. Every little thing he can throw money at, he's throwing money at. At the freaking hearings, that's all we hear. We spent $27 million to this and this, You opened up a freaking stupid hazmat training center for trains. Okay, that what's that for? For when your next train derails, so they know what to do. I mean, you're all proud of that. Okay, that would have been fine if you did that, not because of what happened. If you just did it out of your own, you wanted to make it safer. Okay, but that is your answer to what happened. Is we're going to open a training center, so when our train derails next time, you'll know exactly what to do. And then you throw in money, throws 600,000 first to the fire department for uniforms that were contaminated, and this contamination couldn't have been decontaminated. A lot of people I talk to just look at me funny when I say that, because they're like, well, just about the only thing that really can't be decontaminated, for the most part, is something like nuclear or radiological or something to do with that. Okay, you get 600,000, get new, get new pants, jackets, whatever. If you don't want to clean the other ones. What about the other? We had 70 fire departments show up to this. Theirs would be contaminated too, wouldn't it? I would think everybody's down there. Or they get new uniforms? And then we have, later on, he throws another 2.7 mil to the fire department. And goes out, buys this nice new fancy fire truck off the showroom floor. Which people I talk to, is very odd. Usually they say they usually have the fire trucks usually built, to the town's needs. He's like, they're like, it's usually very odd if you just, it's not like you're going to buy a new car. You just don't take it off the lot. Usually you have it built to, what you may need in that town. So you go buy this brand new fancy fire truck. And where do you think that money came from? It wasn't free. As you drive around in your nice new fancy fire truck, you can look at all the residents of East Palestine, all the residents of surrounding communities. You probably should thank them. You know why? Because they paid for that fire truck with their health. You didn't get it for free. I'm sure some people paid more than other people. So, it makes me wonder. I'm going to call it as is. Was 3 mil hush money? And we haven't heard nothing that happened. Nothing the way the decision was made with that. So, are you being hushed? I know it's an awful thing to say, but it makes me wonder. This one article, they're the PRDs, pressure relief devices. The NTSB is, doing it, and I guess some of the devices may have compromised their pressure relieving capability. That depends on further testing, and then one of them had a internal spring coated with aluminum, which is not compatible with vinyl chloride. There was no evidence that melted aluminum entered the tank. So, Shaw, how much you paying these guys? Really? So one of them had aluminum coated spring, and it may have interfered with its pressure relieving, pressure relieving ability. See, the three options I get, at least they had to have, they were given at least three options. First one was you empty the tanks from the top, the valves at the top. I don't think I have no window open. It shows the top of the thing now. Which, okay, that may have been, not feasible, not possible. As you can see, most of these were on their side. The second one would have been, I guess, what they call hot tapping. They basically drill into the side of the car and they empty the contents into, well, it would have to be a tank or something. Could be another rail car, because there was no railroad tracks. And they dispose of it that way. Then the third is, I'm going to call it as I see it, blow it up. So, in this article, why were they allowed to burn the vinyl chloride? The beginning of this article, well, halfway through this article, they say that was the safest way to dispose of hazardous materials. But yet the next paragraph down, they say, okay, in addition to safety benefits, burning vinyl chloride was the most expedient way to clear the site of the derailment and restore normal rail operations. Any other method of disposing of the hazardous materials would have been time-consuming and expensive, and it could have caused additional disruptions in rail service. With a decision to burn vinyl chloride may have been controversial, many experts believe it was the best course of action given the risks associated with the substance and practical limitations of their disposal methods. The any other way would have been time-consuming and expensive. So again, we're back to the money. The more and more comes out every day. I know there's people in this town wants to get back to their nice, old, merry old life. I run into them all the time. They always have nice words to say to me. I appreciate the nice words you say to me. It really makes my heart feel good. But, unfortunately, I'm sorry your fairy tale life got interrupted here. But I don't think none of us, or none of these people, signed up for this to happen in town. I don't think they were taking a petition and people signed up and they got enough signatures and this happened. I'm sorry your fairy tale was interrupted, but unfortunately it did happen. And you're wanting to get back to normal. It's fine. That's your prerogative. You can get back to normal, but there's some people that can't get back to normal. What about the people sick? Rashes, sore throats, chemical burns of the throat, chemical bronchitis. What about them people? Why wouldn't you come out and clear your name of this? No, I would. I would have no problem telling who made the decision to do it, or at least who was in the group. I hope it was a group. I found it kind of funny. Mr. Shaw was here that day. Did he want to see his, bomb in action? Basically, it's like the nuclear tests. All them guys stand there with their fancy sunglasses on and watch the bomb go off, just to see what it looks like. Did he want to just see what it looked like? Because I've never seen nothing like this before. I'm sure he hasn't either. So did he want to see his, his decision making, his, his work in action? Just kind of, because he's like, I was there that day and I seen that smoke cloud. Yeah, so did we. So did half of the East Coast. So, like I said, this video is going to piss people off. I don't care. I call it as it is. Until something else comes out. Why won't you name who was in incident command? It was always, the answers were fire chief and DeWine. So you're getting a 50-50 blame there. I don't know about you, but man, I wouldn't want to take no blame for blowing the town up. I wouldn't even want a 0.0001% blame for blowing the town up. All right. I know this video is going to piss people off, but, I don't care. I call it as I see it. So, all right, guys. That's going to be it for this video. I have a couple more I want to do here real quick. Get some of these out of the way. I got so many windows open. So, all right. I'm going to end that there, but I guess the big question is who gave the, okay to go boom? I don't know. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.